Hey everybody, it's Tim from Linessa Farm Specialty and Heirloom Livestock. Thanks for joining us again today. I had a sick animal that was out on pasture. She's just not acting right, so we brought her up here to the barn. We wanted to see if we could figure out what was going on with her. So I just wanted to walk you through what I would do for an animal to try to determine what's going on. First thing I want to do is check the eyelids. I checked her eyelids. She's a little bit on the pale side, so immediately I know I'm going to worm her. I'm just checking her nose. She doesn't have a lot of drainage from her nose. But you can see here in the eyelids, she's pretty pale. She's definitely going to need to be wormed. The next thing I want to check for is I actually want to check her temperature. Generally speaking, sheep temperature should run between 100 to 100, high end of 102, low end 103. I just want to make sure she doesn't have any kind of an infection going, and it's a good way for me to tell. So this is going to be rectal. I put a little bit of lube on it just to help get this in there, and I'm going to put that in there if I can get it. There we go. And give it just a minute so I can see where we're at. And she's good. She's at 102, and that's well within the limit. So chances are she is suffering from some anemia. She is eating, she is drinking. The other thing I want to do real quick is I want to just take a quick listen to her lungs and her breath sounds and see if I hear any crackles, wheezing, anything like that. I just take my stethoscope, place it underneath the chest wall here. I'm listening up here in the throat just to hear if I hear any kind of crackles, wheezing, anything like that. She sounds pretty good. She's got a little bit of gunk in there on her right side. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna treat her with antibiotics. I'm gonna treat her with LA200. I'm gonna treat her with a wormer, Dectomax. I'm gonna give her an injection of vitamin B as well. And I'm gonna give her an oral bolus of a high fat, high vitamin complex. So my drenching gun, I've got 10 mLs of Survive from Hunter Nutrition. I'm just going to give her that. This is just high fat. It'll give her a little bit of a boost. While I'm giving her her medication, I'm just looking at her. I'm looking in her mouth to see if I see any issues, dental issues going on. She did not like that at all. It tastes really good, but she did not like that. The next one is going to be the clear one. So this is my Dectomax. Dectomax is a broad spectrum wormer. I'm going to give her a subcutaneous injection in the side of her neck. This is given at the rate of about 1 ml per 100 pounds of animal. So my partner here is going to hold on to her very tightly so I don't stab myself. I get underneath the skin, quickly give her the injection, and I'm done. Always be extremely cautious when you're recapping a needle. This is a 1.5 inch 20 gauge, or pardon me, a 21 gauge. It's probably a hair longer than I should be using, but it's what I had. It's what I had on hand. Next injection I'm going to give is intramuscular back here in the hip. This is going to be my vitamin B complex. I'm going to give her 2 mLs of this, just to give her a little bit of a boost in case she's got any kind of vitamin deficiency, and it's just going to help her get back on her feet a little bit as well. And the last but not least, I'm going to give her a broad spectrum antibiotic, LA200, which is essentially a tetracycline based broad spectrum antibiotic. I'm going to give her this as well. I'm going to follow up with this in 2 days as well. I'm going to give it to her 3 times every 2 days until these lung sounds start to clear up. As far as the wormer is concerned, the Dectomax, I'll check her again in a week and see where she is. If she's hurting in a week, I may give her another one. Another wormer, but from where we're standing, this all should do it other than the repeats on the antibiotics. Okay, ready? Okay. All right, so she is good to go. You can go ahead and let her go. Generally speaking, this is the format that I would treat the animals. Always check if they're down, if they're not acting right. In her case, she's not down. Excuse me, it is hot as hell here. In her case, she wasn't down, but she wasn't acting right. We see her every day. We knew she wasn't acting correct. So check for pallor, check the eyelids. Very first thing you need to do. Second thing you have to do, check for temperature. That body temperature is going to tell you if there's an underlying infection. Third thing I always want you to do, listen for breath sounds. See if she's got pneumonia, see if she's got any gunk going on in the lungs. Treat accordingly. In this case, we treated her with Dectomax for worms, 1 milliliter per 100 pounds of body weight. We treated her with vitamin B complex. I gave her 2 mLs intramuscular for what she needs for her weight. The other thing I gave her was the LA200, which you can buy generic. It's I believe under the name Duromycin or something like that. It's a broad spectrum antibiotic, tetracycline based antibiotic. I gave her that as well. She got 2 mLs. The tetracycline, it's going to last for a couple days, and then we're going to need a repeat dose. And then depending on how she's feeling, I may even give her a 3rd dose. So that's it. I know this was quick. I know I threw a lot of information at you. If you have questions, comments, concerns, let us know in the comments below, and I'll try to give you as much info as I can. Remember, always consult your veterinarian. I am not a veterinarian. So what I'm telling you, do at your own risk, and that's it. All right, folks, this is Tim from Linessa Farm Specialty and Heirloom Livestock. Thanks for joining us again, and we'll talk to you later.